Hey guys, Viggoman here and welcome back to another episode from Osterham. In today's episode we are building a castle. Not the main castle of the city, but an older castle that is now being repurposed into something else. The idea is that Osterham would be a very old city. But after an economic crisis and the world kind of fell apart, Osterham wasn't really doing too great anymore. And the castle was kind of left alone. The city itself started to just fall apart, and trade was going really bad. And, yeah, the entire city was more or less in ruins, especially the castles and the wealthier bits. That's where the family Bork managed to kind of get in the power of this place, and once stuff got back up, once the city's economy and once the world sort of became a better place, the Borks were immensely rich, and they decided to build a new castle on the island, which eventually we will get to. And the old castle was just standing there, kind of falling apart. No one else bought it because they weren't really wealthy enough, and the castle was ruining and standing there. So they decided, or the Lord, as we already mentioned, is really focusing on the people of the city, especially on having like guidance and listening to the people. So what he decided to do is that eventually he would turn this into a place where the people of Osterham could learn stuff, especially reading. That's the main focus right now. So he is going back in, refurnishing or repurposing the old castle into some sort of a school. It was suggested by one of you guys, loved that idea. So the old castle is now turning into a school, which kind of sounds like Hogwarts, doesn't it? Anyway, it's been really fun building a ruined castle, trying to imagine how it would have looked like, and then recreating that just being ruined. It's been really fun, and I really hope that you guys enjoy it. Now, let's finish off the building for today and then get straight into the tour part, where we're going to take a look at what we have built. I'm really happy with the way this castle turned out. I really like the way the towers kind of frame the center building here, and it just really makes sense. It looks like it was a real castle back in the day. Before I show you the rest of the castle, I quickly want to show you this house here. This was built by my wife, and I just want to show it to you guys. Just look at this amazing building here. It might sound rude, but this is not gonna be here forever. But I do want to honor it in some way, so if you have any ideas of how we could caption this building here and keep it for a future part of Osterham, please do let me know. Let's take a quick moment to just embrace the skyline of Osterham. I think this is so adorable. I love the way we have all these spires. We have the chapel in the middle, or the temple, which is massive, and then the castle now as well. And eventually on this island here we'll have the main castle of the city, and it's gonna look absolutely awesome. Alright, let's get to the castle, shall we? Before we go into the details, I quickly want to show you the overall view of this place. So what we have is a small hill that it's naturally been here. I'm trying to recreate kind of the same design or look as we have with this other hill and the natural hills surrounding this place, just to kind of keep a red thread through this entire thing. The mountain itself has some different plateaus. So there's one plateau where like the majority of the castle is on, and then there's like this pillar almost that goes up, which we have the donjon on, which is like the tallest part of the castle. It looks really cool, and I like the way it kind of grabs onto this dramatic mountain, I guess you could call it, and it just creates a unique look for this castle here. And then the castle is consisting of, of course, the donjon. We have a gatehouse, a bigger round tower, two small towers, one there, and then one in the back there, and then the main building itself as well. Surrounding that we have a couple of walls. We have the first wall of defense, which wraps around the entire building here. There's only one way to get in here, so if you get over this wall here, you're not able to get into the main building or any of the other towers. So it's kind of just like a separated part of the defense, which is really cool. And then behind there we have another wall, which kind of contains the castle yard, I guess. And then the same goes for this side, where we have a minor wall here, like a first wall, and then a secondary wall behind that. So it's a really cool way of defending this place. This is connected through a gatehouse, which is awesome. Love this. It's going to be really hard to attack because it's built on a slope, so kind of getting ramparts or bigger carts and stuff up here to attack would be difficult. But yeah, so it's of course it's old, it's ruined, it's not being used anymore, so there's some scaffolding here to kind of keep it up, and you'll see that all over the place, where we're trying to just maintain the building, make sure it doesn't collapse yeah, completely, and then some places we're even renovating it a little bit. There is also a little bailey outside the castle itself, which is utilizing this elevated ground here. So the wall is kind of built alongside here, and you can see it's very ruined and it's falling apart. Then there has been a wall over here as well, with some remains of a gatehouse here, and all of that will kind of be for defending the castle here. One thing I've done as well is I've added the last bits of city wall. I've even extended this bit here. As you can see, this is where the previous tower was, and I just moved it over there, and then I redid the wall here, and then I connected this wall to the castle over there. So just kind of maintaining the same style as we have. I also went in and completed this wall here. So now the city, or the inner part of the city, is fully contained within walls. Now let's take a look at some of the features of this castle. One of my favorite part has to be the tower on the cliff here. It looks really cool. I like the way it's kind of ruined. Building with ruined stuff has been really fun. Like doing these texturing here, and I don't know, like kind of build structure that is not structured anymore, if that makes sense. It's been really fun. And I think the results are really, really cool. And we can take a look at the inside as well, where we have, yeah, once you come in here, it's just kind of straight into the rock itself. So they've just kind of made a staircase. And then you're getting up here. So keep in mind, this tower is no longer in use that much. There has been a staircase here, but you can see it's all fallen apart here. So what they've done, they just put up a ladder here, so it's actually possible to get up, and you can get on top of this place. They've done some scaffolding here, so you can actually move around a little bit. You can see the texturing on the roof here as well. We have a vaulted ceiling, which used to be white with pink centers or decorated centers, but now you can see it's the painting has kind of fallen off a little bit here. Really like the transition from brick to the white. As well, we can see on the walls there used to be like some wooden paneling with some red wallpaper on, and yeah, that's kind of falling off a little bit as well. There's a little door here which takes us out to a balcony, which is falling apart as well. You can see it's looking pretty fancy, but it's honestly a beautiful view. Just getting up here, you could look down at the courtyard, look up at the temple there, and you could look north towards the northern kingdoms over there, which is cool. And then, yeah, we have some, yeah, there's actually some chairs here left and table. That's one of the biggest problems when building a ruined or a left building like this one, is that it doesn't really make sense for there to be too much like interior left, because they would have, some people would have taken it with them. So yeah, but there's a little bit of stuff left here, so trying to find a balance between having some so the interior doesn't feel empty and not having too much. But yeah, look at this, awesome. We have the fireplace from back in the day. Here as well, you can see that there used to be a white wallpaper here with like this border pattern going around, and you can still see some remainings of it, but it's mostly gone. And then of course we have the top sections, and then it will probably have been like a wooden section above this with a nice tower spire on top. And then we have the gatehouse. Already mentioned this quickly, but as you can see here, we have a nice line of defense. We have some arrow slits in both the front and the back here, so you can be shooting from both sides. We have murder holes up above there, and then there would have been some kind of gate here back in the days, but that's now gone. The doors are barricaded, And you might think that's because I haven't done any work in here, but I actually have done a little bit. So we can get up there by taking up the staircase. As you can see, very old, and there's even missing some planks in the stair here, which is kind of scary. Try not to fall down. But we can go up here, and then we're getting into the top bit of this place here. We have windows. We have a cool looking room. And again, most of the interior are gone, but yeah, there's some empty shelves and stuff left here, and there's some moss growing. There's even an owl here that has taken this as his new home. And I think if we go down here, we can get into this section here where we have the arrow slit. On the opposite side of the gatehouse, there is a door here which takes you through here, and then from here you can get into like the first line of defense. So this is just kind of in between the walls here, and it's really overgrown. You can see the wall is mossy and falling apart a little bit here, and just kind of wraps around the entire castle and takes us to this little tower. Just look at this. There's even some trees growing in here. It's been a long time since this has been used. And then we have the tower here, which takes you up to the walls. Look at that. And you can even get into the city walls from here as well. So it's all kind of connected, which is awesome. Eventually, of course, I'm going to get into fixing up these walls here, like smoothing them a little bit, because it looks a little bit weird right now. But that is for a future time. Inside the courtyard itself, not too much is happening, and there's some remains of some kind of shed or something here. Maybe this is where the stables were, where the horses were kept. There's a little statue that is also broken, some kind of marble statue, and then yeah, this is just overgrown. You know, this could have been used for stuff, who knows, but now there's a big tree here, and it's all just yeah, nature is taking over slowly here. But I love the vibe in here. It's kind of cozy, honestly. And yeah, it's been really fun. Over here you can see some nice windows. So this was a wealthy place back in the day. Looks pretty cool. So let's go to the inside of this main building here and take a look. This is where the school is now. So here is the classroom. This would have been like the great hall of the castle back in the day. But now it's been, we're using it to teach people how to read. Of course, mostly the noble people would come here to read, and there will be one of the priests or monks from the temple over here kind of teaching them. I love the ceiling design here. It looks really, really cool. I've been trying to keep in mind that parts of it is like broken. So here you can see they're kind of repairing it. Yeah, the painting or whitewash is completely off. And they've made like some scaffolding and stuff, and they're kind of repairing it. So yeah, that's kind of cool, just telling a story. They're refurnishing this entire place. Same goes for the murals or the wallpaper design here. You can see that there used to be like this nice pattern all over this room, but yeah, it's taken or falling off a little bit here. So it's really awesome, actually. It creates a really cool vibe in here, and I think this room is great. Whoops, I forgot one room. I think that's the only one, or this one as well. This is really dark. I might have forgotten 2 rooms. That's my bad. Let's just ignore that. And then we'll go upstairs and then take a quick look at what we have here. So most of these places here are completely untouched for tens of years. Maybe 100. Nah, I don't know. I haven't really made a timeline. But one of the rooms, this room here, is used for like the principal or the head chef or the priest who's kind of in charge here. So this room is, well, it's still some cobwebs. It's still pretty beaten down, worn down, but it works, especially for now. And then the other room here is not really being used, but the plan is, or I think the plan for the people here is to like clean this room up as well, get some beds in here, and we could have people living here or learning how to read, maybe turned into a monastery of some sort, who knows. But eventually they want to refurnish and renovate the entire castle so that we can utilize it. Up here we're up in the wooden section of the castle. Again, here we have more beds, so this could also be turned into a bigger bedroom eventually. Yeah, it's going to be really cool once that's done. So That's nice. And then over here we have, this will probably be one of the master bedrooms back in the day, one of the bigger ones. But yeah, it's I hate these chairs, the way they light up like that. It's just like a normal chair. Anyway, so yeah, this will be like one of the bigger rooms. Maybe this is gonna be turned into I don't know, like a suite or something. And then yeah, just some stuff up here. Not too much is happening. It's mainly just storage, and yeah, most of that is taken out empty, and because that just makes sense. So it's just like a big open space. And then of course we have a balcony on the side here, which takes us out to this wonderful balcony. You can look out on the entire city, or big part of the city, and then down here under the fence. It looks really cool, and it's going to be a nice place to stay in the afternoon sun, because it's gonna, I think the sun is setting over there, or maybe not. Yeah, I think it is. I think it should be setting over there. And then from here we can go into the ruined tower, the second ruined tower. So this is, man, why is it so dark? I need to do a better job at lighting up. Let's grab some glowstone, because that always shines. Okay, so there is a staircase which takes us down to this section. Yes, and this is the empty room. All right, so it's all connected. Okay, I need to get to that. But yeah, from here we can go around, we can get up to this place. So they had to deal with the fact that this tower is mostly ruined. So there's a little bit of room here. You can even see there's dripping some water from the ceiling here. Let's just wait. I think we should be able to see it. Yeah, look at that. And there's a drop, and yeah. So this is connected to the battlements. I just realized there's no way to get on top of this wall. Maybe there was just some wooden scaffolding, I don't know, hoardings or something to get up on it. I don't know. I need to figure that out. I just realized. But yeah, so there's even some water dripping from the ceiling here. And that is because up here is the ruined section. There's no way to get up there. So they kind of just closed it off as well as they could. But yeah, there's just like a little room here. And this takes us to the battlements. We have some arrow slits here, just looking down. So up here we have the ruined section here. So there's even some water like contained here, and there's stuff growing everywhere, and you can see some of the wooden structure that would have kept it up. And then there's like this moss growing everywhere, and yeah, moss hanging from the beams, and it looks very old. And that, my friends, is going to be it for today's episode. I really do hope that you enjoyed. If so, make sure to smack that like button, and if you haven't done it already, make sure to subscribe. It's been Viggoman, and I'm out.